If you've been on the internet for a while, the name Sam Pepper will definitely ring a bell. This guy was at one point one of the, if not the most controversial YouTubers on the platform, and most of that controversy came from a prank that he did on one of his friends, where basically they set up a fake kidnapping. Anyway, over the past couple years, Sam Pepper has definitely improved, not just as a person, but in terms of content. He's no longer making kidnapping pranks, and he now does live streams on YouTube, which they're not crazy. It's kind of just like any other live streamer nowadays. But in his most recent live streams, he's been traveling around India, and Sam Pepper has timed this pretty well because there's a massive event going on at the moment in India, and he was obviously taking part in this event, going up to different markets in the streets and stuff, and he came across a stand that was doing a very sentimental drink, and this drink goes by the name of Bang Lassi. Now, for those of you that have no clue what Bang Lassi is, essentially it's a yogurt or milk kind of drink, and it's got loads of different things in it. It's got nuts, spices, cardamom, cinnamon, rose water, and also cannabis. And the whole kind of point of this drink is to make you feel like you're closer to God in a way, just to really develop that connection. So Sam thought, hey, why not? You know, I'll take part in the event. I'll give it a crack.
What's he making? Milk, yeah?
Milk with marijuana.
With marijuana?
Yes. It's good.
Alright, I'm down.
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, I'll try some.
Yeah, you should try.
This is some sort of marijuana
Juice.
milk,
Yeah.
juice.
Now, I understand these people don't have that much money. That's very obvious, but that's besides the point. You shouldn't be making a food or drink with your bare hands, especially if your hands look that dirty. Now, I'm not going to show the clip, but that night he ended up shitting blood. And obviously, he went to the hospital about this because this guy genuinely felt like he was on death's door. And here's a clip of that.
You're fine. You're good,
Why
you're
did she
good.
hurt me though?
It's okay.
Now, I can't say I know exactly how this guy feels, but I'm sure we've all been super ill before, and it's just that feeling where you just don't want to do anything. Like, you have no desire to drink water, no desire to eat. You just want to lay. Like it feels as if like your body's preparing for death at that point. And I can't even imagine how this guy felt. I think the best comparison would be when you watch those slap competitions and you see like a skinny guy go up against a fucking wham guy, and the wham guy just slaps the guy to like basically total darkness. I can imagine Sam probably somehow felt a level worse than that.
The whole night, 12 hours, I was vomiting like every 30 minutes. And the shitting's the worst part.
Blood. Blood? Oh, I don't do good with blood. You didn't do it upright. Oh, my blood's everywhere. Nurse?
Yeah. Pretty fucking horrible experience. I mean, you know, they're taking care of him, they're giving him food and stuff, which obviously a hospital should be doing that. But his personal experience is, well, it's not good. And he's just woken up to blood all over his arm, not because of his own fault, but the doctor's fault.
I'm done with blood going everywhere. Like, how do you not know to close this? It's must be the most basic training. I don't want to be here.
So don't try this.
Now, from my knowledge, Sam was getting a fair amount of backlash here because he's complaining about them taking care of him. But let's be real here. This is not his fault, and it's probably not the staff members' fault as well. I mean, just from the way that they're reacting, it seems as if they lack quite a bit of training. There's no kind of instantaneous, don't worry, sir, it's okay, it's all going to be all right, let's sort this out for you. Is anything else we can do for you? We're really sorry about that. But they just kind of stood there and looked at him. What does that help? That doesn't help anything.
4 a.m. in the morning, someone comes, antibiotics is finished, right? And they haven't closed the valve, and just blood everywhere, and I just don't trust anyone now. Once I've fixed my gut, chat, so I'm like a little bit better, join
We'll
us.
come back soon.
Go get your ice cream, we'll be back soon, and it will continue, an intermission.
Now, it is good that there was actually a fair amount of customer service there. I mean, I'm guessing that guy's kind of like a head officer. He seemed like he had a lot of authority there, you know? As Sam Pepper was talking to him, it was quite clear that this is the guy you want to be talking to about your problems, because, I mean, just from his facial reactions, he was like, man, you know, I'm sorry about that. But I like to see Sam kind of brighten up towards the end of that clip. It really does show that he was getting better, and that is exactly what was happening to him. He has actually recovered now, and yeah, he's just made a video talking about everything, so let's get into that.
I'm the guy that drank the Indian finger street milk, and here's an update of what happened. So it's been about a week and a half now since I first got sick, and my overall health is progressively getting better.
I mean, he's left the experience with a wacko mohawk, but he's looking better. I mean, obviously your body's still gonna feel a little bit tired because it's constantly trying to make sure that it doesn't get ill again, but he's looking stronger, he's looking healthier, and man, it is good to see that.
Half of India thinks that I was in the hospital because of the substance that was inside the lassi. The effects of this lasted like an hour for me and was nothing to do with what hit me 24 hours after drinking it.
You've got to be a fucking idiot. Like, even me as a person that's never touched any sort of drug on the planet, I know that you will not trip for that long and you will not end up in the hospital from smoking weed. I mean, obviously he didn't smoke it, he drank it in a liquid form, but that's besides the point. That doesn't happen. I don't know what kind of idiot you have to be. But anyway, let's carry on.
The actual reason why I ended up in hospital was because of E. coli. E. coli is a bacteria that's found in poop. So when I talked about the fingers of the holy man who was making the drink for me having dirt and potentially poop on them, that was correct. I drank holy man poop and it put me in hospital and had me pooping blood for 2 days.
Oh my gosh, it's so grim. Oh, I honestly, I can feel a gag coming. Genuinely, it's just disgusting. Like, I mentioned it at the start of the video, the fucking fingers. Like, you can see, like, in between his fingernails, like, around here and around here, there's grime there. There should not be grime in your nails. I mean, even if you have nowhere to wash your hands, you can still kind of get your other nails, do that maybe, like, at least put in some sort of effort. This guy didn't give a shit. I mean, that motherfucker must have been digging for gold and then making food. In what world does anyone think that that's a good idea? But anyway, I'm gonna try and get away from that and talk about a more serious bit now, just to kind of round things off. Sam Pepper genuinely could have died from this. So not too long ago, Sam Pepper actually came out on Twitter and put up a screenshot of a DM that he'd had from someone, and this is what it says. "I'm sad to know what you went through. I refrained from such drinks, but sadly it was lethal for my brother-in-law. Hindus drink Bang Lassi during Holi and I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, festivals. My brother-in-law, aged 34, drank it last year on Holi while enjoying with friends. He had it for the first time in his life and he died just 4 to 5 hours later. Holy shit. Like, that drink is genuinely not something to play about with, and Sam Pepper surviving that is something to flex. I'm not kidding. I know it's an embarrassing mistake to make, and you should probably never eat any sort of street food if you're in India, and that's just because of how dirty people can be. I'm not saying that every single piece of street food is dirty. I'm not saying that, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and I'd rather not end up getting ill like that. But yeah, holy shit, man. I can't believe he survived. I don't know how he did it. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.